Hello everyone. I will move this mask. I am Annette, and like I told you, I promised you to be bringing to you or talking about the most amazing organizations that are done by students. And today I am bringing to you the amazing Apolo, who is best in Uganda. He is an Ashinaga scholar who is a student in one of the universities in Japan, and he's going to say everything about himself. So I don't have to introduce himself to you. He will do that. So let's enjoy this, guys. Apolo, I'm so happy to meet you.
I'm so pleased to meet you too.
Thank you. Today, I'm going to be asking Apolo various questions about what he studies, his university, and every single thing. And then after that, we shall be talking about his community work. He's doing amazing work, and it's the reason why I am here in Nansana, Kampala, Uganda, to show you, to showcase what he's done so far. I really hope that we can watch all this to the end and we find ways of supporting him, because he deserves our support. He does.
Thank you.
Apolo, could you just, briefly introduce yourself, who you are, and, what you're doing and everything?
Hi, everyone. I'm Apolo from Uganda. I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently a student at International Christian University in Tokyo under the scholarship of Ashinaga Africa Initiative. I can't be more thankful to Ashinaga for the far it has brought me, and it has been education all along, and of course God that has brought me, or that has shaped me to be the person I am today, to be here talking to you and to have an interview with Ansan.
Oh, come on, you're so formal. Just call me Annette. Don't be so formal,
All right.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a great introduction. So, Apolo, he was studying at the International Christian University, that is ICU.
Yeah, yes.
In Tokyo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the Tokyo. That's where Bongekile was, right?
True.
Yeah, that's the thing. You should be in touch with her.
Sure, I am.
Yeah, should give you all the skills how to survive there in Tokyo. Tokyo is not easy.
True.
It's a very busy city.
Exactly.
I mean, I was there a few times because I don't like busy places. So you should get all the tips, how to go through the buildings, how not to get lost,
Exactly.
from Bongekile.
True.
Yeah. So what do you study?
As of now, I haven't yet specialized. So for the first 2 years of my university, I'm going to take on a liberal arts education. So, that period of vacation between the start of my university and after my high school, I discovered that I'm more of liberal. I want to multitask. Like, I don't want to concentrate on one thing. So at ICU, it's one of the reasons actually I joined ICU. So
so it's like you want to be able to do various things, in terms of...
True. So for the first 2 years, I'm not specializing. So I'm taking on subjects from the arts, I'm taking on subjects from the sciences, I'm doing public opinion, I'm doing biology, I'm doing physics. So for now, that's it. But then in the future, I'm yet to decide whether I can do maybe a medical field or international relations.
Oh, wow. So you want to have, a wider foundation from which you can choose what interests you more.
True.
Well, don't confuse yourself so much. Because you might find yourself having like, I love this, I love this, I love this. Oh, I can't decide. That would be a nightmare. So
True. But I believe, there's a space where we can manage all these. Of course, we need to specialize, because the world we are living in is because of it needs specialization. But of course, somewhere, somehow, there's a space where we can, venture in all these things.
Yeah, I understand.
True.
Well, I can also, even at my university, that is Tsukuba University. Yeah, we studied so many things. Yeah, we took classes from international sciences, from agrobiological sciences, from geoscience. Yeah, and I loved all the classes, and we had the right to select the classes we wanted to take. So I loved all the classes I selected or I registered. So it doesn't matter, if you like the class, you can work hard and you can understand things if you love it.
Sure.
Yeah. So, are there any specific reasons why you chose International Christian University?
Of course, there must be. First of all, it's in Tokyo. Tokyo, the capital of Japan. Yeah. You know, like, personally, I'm a hungry person. hungry to develop myself, you know. So I just want my viewers to imagine a situation where, like, maybe in Africa here, we have a problem of food, nutrition. So someone here doesn't have food, you know, spend maybe like 6 years malnourished, you know. So imagine that person going to a place where there's a lot of food. So this is my case. Right now, I'm in a place where there are very little opportunities, but then I want to put myself in a place where there are more opportunities so that, you know, I can get my full potential up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you without doubt, you'll get that.
Thank you.
But be careful, Tokyo is so busy and confused. You'll get lost in the buildings.
Thank you for
hope
that,
that you can learn to use Google Map.
Sure, I will.
I even got lost, even after using Google Map, I got lost in Tokyo.
Of course, it's not the best, yeah. I understand.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand from your point of view that you will want to go to an area where there are various opportunities, you know, where you can just unlock your potential and just maximize every single thing, use every single thing that's available to you.
Sure.
That's great.
Then secondly, I chose ICU because it provides more practical learning, you know. I think it's the reason why I'm still confused right now about my major, whether sciences or arts, because I have a passion to help people, especially in the medical field, but I also want to do things practically, not in a classroom or not in a lab, but then outside. So ICU has this aspect of service learning where people don't sit, or students don't sit in a classroom, but then go out there to reach out to the community. And I think, yeah, that attracted me a lot.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
True.
Yeah. From my point of view, I think you can also do that from the medical field. Of course, it's up to you to choose what you want to study, but I think you can do it either way, either from the social sciences or from the natural sciences. You can do it. You can always find a way of, you know, contributing to bettering your community, because whatever is done in the lab, it ends up in the community.
Sure.
It wouldn't make sense if all the experiments are done, only stop in the lab. It doesn't make
True.
sense. Whatever experiment is done, it ends up in the community. So there are so many ways you can contribute to your community by doing social sciences or natural sciences. So it's up to you, Apolo, to choose what you want.
Sure. Thank you for the enlightenment. Yeah. I hadn't considered that.
So are there any other universities you applied to in Japan?
Yes, I did. Initially, I applied to Okayama, Nagoya, but then once my first choice university accepted me, I decided to drop the others.
Aww,
Yeah,
so sweet.
yeah, because the other universities wanted me to start studies when I already know what I'm going to do, which wasn't the case. I needed time to think.
Okay.
I needed time to find myself, and I think I'm on that track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I see you. I mean, gave you the opportunity to explore all the possibilities.
True.
And finally choose what, you know,
Very
fully
well
attracts
stated.
you. Oh, wow. That's so great.
Thank you.
And so, so what I wanted to ask you is about the length of your course. When did you start, and when are you planning to graduate? How long is your course?
So for now, I think my course is, no, okay, I don't think, but my course is 4 years. Yeah, my course is 4 years. Of course, there's this aspect that when you go to Japan, you know, the course takes more years because you have to first start learning Japanese in a Japanese school. But then for my case, ICU, you know, simultaneously provides education, a course in Japanese and also the normal education,
Classes,
the normal
English.
classes. Yeah, so I never had to go to the Japanese school. So my course is 4 years, and I started in April of this year, and it will end in April of 2025.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, even at Tsukuba University, our courses are 4 years. The same system. We have classes that are conducted entirely in English, but they're Japanese classes. You take, you know, some of them, like the first 2 Japanese classes, are compulsory. It makes sense because you have to know to explore the area. Going to the supermarket, you have to have some basic Japanese.
True.
So they will
survival,
survival Japanese skills. But all other classes are conducted in English, entirely English. So it's really good for you, to have those skills from my point of view. But actually you can graduate within 3 years or 3.5 years. It depends on you.
Really?
But yes. I have some classmates who graduated within 3 years, and then other classmates, even my best friend, Maya, graduated within 3.5 years. Yeah, we have that. We'll have that. We have that option at Tsukuba University.
Yeah, at Tsukuba University, as you have stated it.
Tsukuba University.
Yeah, but I think for ICU, I think they, okay, they may not consider the years, but then they call them terms. So a year has 3 terms, so 4 years, those are 12 terms. So they say you have to have taken 12 terms at ICU to graduate.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. For us, it's just credits. You have enough credits to graduate, graduate any time. But man, it's not good to graduate so early. It's not too much.
So you can graduate in 2 years at Tsukuba.
No. It might be hard. It's hard. Well, you might graduate in 2.5 years, but your GPA might be really low.
How sure are you? People have brains.
Man, biting off more than you can chew is one of the dangerous things one can do. It doesn't make sense for you to take like maybe 1,000 is just exaggerating, but it doesn't make sense for you to take 20 or 30 or 40 classes and then you get Fs in all those classes. It doesn't make sense.
Of course it does.
I'd rather take 20 or 18 and I get my A pluses. Why am I rushing? Why am I going through the university? I should experience it.
True.
No need to rush.
University is not all about academics.
You have to explore other things, But our brains are extremely limited. You can't be in academics, you want to be in this, you want to be in this, and then you want, to graduate with the best GPA or anything. No, take it slow.
True, patience.
Exactly. Do your best in academics, and then also spend time, in other things, about life. You need to make, connections. You need to make friends. Life is all about people. True. I'm telling you, you have your degrees, but then what? Then what? If you can't even have a person to cry, to cry for, or you can't call a person to help you out, it doesn't make sense.
True.
Life is all about people. So you have to consider academics, but also people. You have to invest in people for them to invest in us.
Very well.
So you have to consider that.
Sure.
Anyways,
Thank you for the advice.
You had dived so much into that. And let's just... Shall come Mama Rebecca? Confirmation query. So Apolo, I do understand that you are taking your course. Wait, what's the name of your course? You said liberal arts?
For now, I would call it liberal arts.
Liberal arts.
Because it's more of like choosing the courses I want to take for each semester. Yeah, but later on, probably in the 3rd year, I'll take on international relations or a medical field. But right now, there's no name for the course.
There's no name for
I can only mention the courses I'm doing in a semester.
Okay, so I wanna ask you a very specific question. When you were writing your application, which course did you apply for specifically?
There are 3 options. I applied for biology, I applied for international relations and sociology.
And on the admission form,
yes.
Which course is written there?
3 options. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, since IC is a liberal college, so they have 3 options for starters. Yeah, to get you started. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, for my university, it's well written. Biological science, because that's what I applied for. Don't confuse people. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I was a little bit puzzled. I was like, what is this? I really want to know what this is before I really pretend that I really understood.
Yeah, that's something unique to ICU.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's interesting.
Indeed,
wow.
it is.
So you're taking these three. You're taking the triple course. Let me say triple course. So you're taking all these classes online, right? You are in Uganda. You are supposed to go to Japan, probably by March, right? I think March 2021, right? But you are not able to go because the borders in Japan were closed because of the pandemic, right? What are some of the challenges you were facing while studying online? I'm sure there are so many challenges.
Yes, they are.
What are some of the major challenges you are facing while studying here in Uganda, online, taking a Japanese, taking a course from a Japanese university?
True, there are very many challenges, and I'll start by mapping out the area I'm in. In the world, when you talk about Africa, you understand the situations are not so good, and then when you break it down to sub-Saharan Africa, then East Africa, then Uganda, then Wakiso district.
Subsets.
Exactly. So when we talk about the internet, it's unstable, it's slow. We talk about the electricity, it shuts down quite often. So, you are in a midterm interview, you are in a midterm exam, then immediately,
electricity is off.
Yeah, power just goes off. Sometimes our phones charge directly, or maybe the internet just switches off. So just like that, So these problems bring about anxiety, especially at the beginning. You'll be like, what am I going to do? So you're like, of course I want to perform well. This is not my mistake, but I have no control over it. What's the teacher going to think? I mean, it all turns things around, it makes you like, think maybe you're not ready, you're not meant for this, So the thing is, these challenges are here and we are going to live with them. I have to adapt to them. So basically, how I've overcome them is by being positive. Being positive, knowing that I'm giving in my best no matter what, the circumstances may come, but I'm not letting them determine or shape my grades, my destiny. So they come, but I make sure that after they do, I try to undo them, undo the mistakes, cover up for the classes, having extra classes with the teachers, so things like that.
Oh wow, so let's go.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Let's go in. If the denki goes off, that is yabai.
So
that's mecha yabai. I can imagine, especially at the beginning, like you said, when you are like ready for the class, it's a new system. It's not Uganda, Japan. You understand? If the name, Japan, I'm in Japanese university. You don't know how the system works because you haven't experienced it. But at least you expect it to be a high-level thing, right? So you think they expect so much from you. They expect you to be very serious, to be, focused and everything, I think you start talking about, I didn't have the internet, I didn't have data, I didn't have denki.
That can be okay for the first day, for the first week. But I mean, week 1, week 2, week 3, no.
Manage wayabai.
Hontoni.
Yeah, so wayabai hontoni. That's not good at all. Yabai ne.
True.
Totally understand. Demo ne. You're a positive person, dakala.
Hi.
So hontoni. So waito omoimasu.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah, so waito omoimasu. So please continue being positive. I want to be honest with you. There is a positive, there is a level where positivity stops. You're like, I'm positive, but this is way too much. But the thing is that, from my experience, from my experience, people will always appraise you if you didn't give up. No matter what. They'll always appraise you and they'll always see you as a warrior. But however challenging the situation could be, however tough it could be, and even if it could be seen by a person that, even if it were me, I wouldn't do it. If you give up during that difficult time, people will not understand it.
True.
And they'll actually judge you.
Mm.
They won't understand it unless, you know, they have experienced exactly the same thing. And this world is so crazy. This world is so crazy that even the people who have experienced exactly the same thing, you know, just because they kind of forgot the pain, they can also judge you. You understand? But they will always praise you if you have not given up. So what's my advice to you? Try your best. Don't give up. But if it becomes extreme, your life is extremely important than being so positive. So your life is extremely important. So be positive, but at the same time see what's possible and what's not possible. And always look for help from people. Don't just be there like oh, I am positive, I'm strong. I want people to see me that I'm strong. Man, you break it down and you're like, what have I been fighting for?
You die a lonely man.
Exactly. Say it well, you know. So look out for help. The world, you know, is full of kind people. Look out for help. The people you expect to help you sometimes won't help you. But the people you don't expect to help you will surprise you.
True.
That's what I've learned. So always reach out to people for help.
Thank
in
you
any
for that
situation.
advice.
Don't keep quiet. Don't die lonely, man. Please don't die lonely, man.
Yes, I won't.
Yeah.
Thank you for that advice.
Yeah. So, in terms of workload, what are some of the challenges in terms of work? You know, are you used to, too much work? You know, assignments. How is everything? How are you managing? Are you able have you been able to make some, friendships? And are there some groups you are in that you can communicate, in case, because you have this problem of time difference? You didn't mention that. That's very important.
True.
You know, there are some classes that are, are taught when you are sleeping, right? And man, you know.
I have to wake up at midnight actually.
Oh.
Yeah, Japan and Uganda, 6-hour difference.
Exactly.
So at midnight I start my classes, and then by almost 10 here, 10 a.m. I end the classes.
Wow.
So keeping up with the sleep,
you have to change your sleeping cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Cardian rhythm. I know. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, and the classes being recorded and then uploaded on any studying a website like Manaba at Tsukuba University? We had Manaba. At Oxford University, we had Canvas. Oxford University Canvas. Yeah. So what do you have at ICU? I'm not bragging, but what do you have?
Yes, I understand. Of course I do. At ICU actually, we also have that system. Maybe are they called classes on demand? But so for us we use Moodle. It's kind of a website. Yeah. But then it all depends on the courses you choose. So we have this liberty to choose courses. So, and for me specifically, since I'm still here in Uganda, I have to choose online courses. But there are those that are online, on demand, where you find the videos on Moodle. Then those that are online, live stream. So for this semester, I had to go for live stream because I thought maybe they're kind of easier than the ones on demand. Yeah, for me to get the points.
What told you that? you thought?
I think I looked through the the course structure because you can gauge yourself and be like, I can manage this, given the situations. Yeah, maybe I have previous knowledge about it, so it will be easier than venturing into something new when you know that there are going to be challenges and hindrances.
Yeah, I understand. That's smart move. You start with something you can be familiar with,
true.
and then you be like, oh, later on, let me try to go to this which looks to be hard, which seems to be hard. So, how is it in terms of the workload? How are you finding it?
The workload, I don't know how to measure it. I would say it's normal. In
What's
terms
normal
of
to you?
normal, I'm taking it at the level of the university where they be like, you have to get okay, for a semester, you have to maybe do not above 18 credits or maybe below 8 credits, something like that. So I'm taking it at that level. So for this semester, I'm taking 13 credits. So The workload, I wouldn't say it's much, and I wouldn't say it's little. It's just medium. But then given the circumstances where I have to postpone things, where I have to cover up for the lessons missed, so the workload is hard.
Yeah.
Especially, I want to introduce our viewers, I want to invite them to think about a situation where you are supposed to go to a country, even though it's not academic, but you are going to do some serious thing about maybe your life, your business, or something like that, and then they tell you to wait, that anxiety. Then, during that time of patience, you have to work, you have to start your business while you're not in the country you're supposed to be, and then during that time, you are still supposed to continue with your community services. So it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
So generally, the workload, the sum of everything I'm doing keeps me busy. I wouldn't say the workload is much, but it keeps me busy because I love what I'm doing. Yeah. Of course, there's this aspect of mental health, mental well-being, and of course I try to deal with it. Yeah, I try to seek mentorship. I try to talk to people, as you have told me. Yeah, so I'm on the
that's
balance.
Really good. Yeah, it helps you out. Yeah, yeah. So, and it's good to have various people. Don't have only one mentor. That's dangerous. You're gonna be unidirectional. So have a wide variety of mentors. Who are specializing in various fields, people who are really good, who are just, specializing in mental health, people who are specializing in how you can better perform, academically, how you can better, boost your community activities, So you get advice from a wide variety of people, and then you sum that up. Don't rely on one mentor.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to tell you that I'm taking also a course in web designing. So in case you want a website, I'll try to do that for you. Though I'll need time, yeah.
I'm going to create a website soon for my initiative, Empower and Inspire with Annette. So I have Apolo here.
Yes.
I've seen you taking so many courses on Coursera, and that's a great, I'm so proud of you, Apolo.
Thank you.
You're investing, he's investing so much in himself, and that's what most people should do. Actually, even me, of course I'm investing.
But you're doing already.
No, Apolo, you're taking so many important classes, from Coursera. Are they free or you have to pay?
Actually, it's a scholarship from the government of Egypt for African
Really?
students. Yeah.
Wow. You see, you know how to look for opportunities and you go for them. I know some Ugandans who are actually lazy. They see opportunities and they apply only once. If there is any hurdle in the middle, no!
Typical Ugandans. Typical Ugandans.
But I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You see where the opportunities are, and you're like, mate, I'm going for this, and I'm going to apply for it, and I'm going to get it, and you get it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep like that. Yeah, keep it up. And be like that. This one is going to be easier for you. A little bit easier for you. I don't want to lie to you. The world is no longer easy.
It will never be easy.
I don't want to lie to you, but it will be a little bit easier than a person who tries something and then just gives up or doesn't try at all. It's all about trying.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. So let's talk about, but the thing is that before we continue, I'm happy that you can manage all these things, Some people just give up. Exactly, resilience. That's a very important thing.
True. Actually, when you think about it, first it was waiting, because I was supposed to start my university in 2019. But then, because the corona situation was new, and then also like the universities were puzzled, how can I have classes well in Africa? Considering the situations, I had to defer my semester to that of 2020. So I waited, I think, a full year. But then even then, Corona is still around. So I just had to adapt. So at first it was patience, but then patience alone wasn't enough to take me to a time where I'm going to start my semester.
And you're growing up.
Exactly. Time is going.
I know.
These are the years where I have to develop myself, do productive things. So resilience came in. I use them simultaneously with patience. Resilience, taking semester, managing this initiative, doing some courses and also kind of volunteering and interning. So resilience but then also the first semester ended, and then I still had to push on. So persistence. So I think this situation has taught me three things, three aspects, because you can't have resilience, persistence, and patience without being determined and committed.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these are the three things I've learned from this.
すごい。
ありがとうございます。
それはすごいですね。